problems. He works with the University of Georgia's Extension Service, putting knowledge to work. I'm Joe Corson, University of Georgia Extension Service Radio for AM-960 WRFC.
With news at the top and bottom of every hour, you're never more than 30 minutes away from the most up-to-date information. On News Radio 960, the new WRFC Athens.
You've seen big and bigger, but you haven't seen the JCPenney biggest sale of the year.
This is the Ludlow Porch Show on the Fun Seekers Radio Network, broadcasting from the Falcon Inn and Conference Center in Swanee, Georgia. Ludlow Show brought to you in part by AutoSave, car, truck, and van rentals, by Cooper Weight Loss Centers, helping you win the battle of the bulge, and by New Fan Fresh. The toll-free lines are now open at 1-800-572-TALK. That's 1-800-572-8255. And now, here's Ludlow Porch.
Well, good morning, fun seekers. Hi, y'all. We're glad you're with us. It is Friday. It is our catch-up day, and we're going to let you do all of that. All right, we're going to get right back to the phone machine in Cleveland, Tennessee. Hello, young lady.
Good morning to you, Ludlow.
How you doing?
I have a frog in my throat, too. It must be going around.
If you can get you some of that cough medicine.
Yeah, Denny said I needed Frog Buster, whatever that is. I told him he's always thinking. He's always thinking.
Yeah, there's nothing called Frog no more.
Yeah, there you go. Frog no more.
Made by Jack Daniels.
Frymeyer's got the market on that.
Hadn't he?
I wanted to read you some wacky newspaper headlines from around the nation, and I want to credit, once again, the Bradley News Weekly, our local free weekly paper up here.
Mm-hmm.
They're just fantastic. They kind of capitalize all the week's events in that little paper, and then they always have some funnies in there, too, that I really enjoy. But first of all, about manners, I was wanting to tell you, I went up this morning about between 7:30. Went up to see my grandmother at the nursing home and bring home some dirty clothes, to do for her and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was coming out, a man was coming in, a young man, and he held the door for me. And so I said, "Thank you, sir," which is what I always say. And he just blinked, and he said, "Sir?" And I said, "Yes, thank you for holding the door for me." He said, "Well, thank you for the sir."
All right.
So he was tickled about that.
Yeah, good.
Anyway, so it was appreciated. Okay, are you ready for the headlines?
I'm ready for the headlines.
I hope you can understand me. I sound really...
No, you don't.
Really
You sound a little like Lauren Bacall.
Like Lauren Bacall.
Kind of sultry. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Something went wrong in jet crash, expert says. That's from the DUD department.
Yeah.
Police begin campaign to run down jaywalkers.
That'll work.
And in the news today, Iran head seeks arms. Panda mating, panda bears.
Yes.
Panda mating fails. Veterinarian takes over. That's for Peter.
A lot of luck, they'll bite you.
Oh. Miners refuse to work after death.
Oh.
2 Soviet ships collide. 1 dies. Red tape holds up new bridge.
You would think somebody would read these in advance, wouldn't you?
I think they do. I think they do it on purpose sometimes. Cold wave linked to temperatures. That's deep. New study of obesity looks for larger test group. I really like that one. 2 more. British Union finds dwarfs in short supply.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Somebody
terrible.
knew that. Somebody knew that, yeah.
Somebody do that on purpose.
Yeah.
My favorite of this group, and there's 58 of these, and they are in the mail to you, by the way.
Good, thank you.
Never withhold herpes infection from loved one. They meant to say information.
I understand.
Got it, I'm sure. But
I understand. That's funny.
isn't that terrible?
That is funny.
Kids make nutritious snacks.
I got to get out of
And
here.
on and on and on. Listen, have a good weekend.
You do the same. I'll talk to you soon. 1-800-572-8255. We'll be right back.
I'm Dr. J.T. Cooper. You've heard me on Ludlow's show many times talking about weight loss and nutrition. If you have had problems losing unwanted pounds and want help from me in losing weight safely, You can reach me at 770-952-7681. I have offices in Marietta, Griffin, Waycross, and Albany, Georgia. That number again for information is 770-952-7681.
There's a brand new product you need to know about because no matter how good of a housekeeper you are, parts of your home are natural places for lingering unpleasant odors like bathrooms, closets, closed pet areas. You get the idea. Well, Fan Fresh is a small, lightweight, battery-operated fan that mounts on the wall and eliminates odors 24 hours a day. Call 1-800-237-8400, extension 102. Just $29.95 plus shipping. Call now and get your first refill cartridge and battery free. Fan Fresh.
What do you wish your parents would do to show you they love you?
Raise my allowance.
Have my dad be home for dinner so that I could be even closer.
What do you wish?
I wish they wouldn't work so much, as we don't see them very much.
My parents, they do everything. They love me. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have a roof over my head.
Family. Isn't it about time?
Buy me an ice cream and kiss me to love me.
From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Is 9 a.m. Saturday just too early to get up and digest those fascinating medical topics covered on the Classic Clinic? We thought so. This is Dr. Neil Priest, host of the Classic Clinic and Chief of Emergency at St. Mary's. I'd like to invite you to listen to the Classic Clinic in its new time slot, 11 a.m. Saturdays. The show will continue to cover a wide range of medical and health-related topics and spirited discussions with local experts. We'll also provide you with up-to-date information about breakthroughs and new approaches in medicine, just at a more convenient time. 11 a.m. Saturdays on News Radio 960, the new WRFC.
Hi, neighbors. This is Ludlow Porch on News Radio 960, the new WRFC.
No more rehearsing, rehearsing upon. You know every part by heart. Over here, and on what I will hit. On with the show.
All right, 1-800-572-8255 is our number. Albany, Georgia, and Charles on the radio. Hello, Charles.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm actually from Hapeville.
Okay.
You know, that's where in 1890, our founder, Sam Hape, said if God had intended man to fly, he would have put an airport out here.
Dr. Sam Hape, I believe.
Dr. Sam Hape.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Listen, I wanted to find out whatever happened to an old friend of ours who used to bring you sweet and sour glitz in the morning.
Oh, you're talking about Chung Wei Twitty.
Chung Wei Twitty, who I named.
He is still around. I a very busy actor, and I talk to him from time to time. I will tell him you ask about him.
You know that was 17 long years ago?
No, you must be mistaken. Couldn't have been that long.
Oh, yes, it was. It's when you were a child.
Yes. That was my high school project.
That's true. That's true. I just wanted to say hello.
Listen, stay in touch, big boy. You living in Albany?
No, I'm just down here doing some work. I work for a liquor distributor. I got tired of laboring for a living.
I see. Well, if you get down there on the 14th, come on over to Moultrie.
I may have to do that.
I wished you would.
Or I may come through Newnan on the way back.
I'll be there in a little while.
All right, come to Hapeville.
All right, buddy. I'll see you later.
All right.
Bye-bye. One old friend. Hadn't heard from him in a long time. Let's go to Cleveland, Tennessee, and talk to Marie. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good.
Well, I just been listening for a long time, and I've always enjoyed the program. I was down to Blue Willow Inn a couple of weeks ago. And
good.
Mentioned your name, but I didn't get a free dinner.
You didn't?
No.
You didn't? Well, maybe did they hug your neck?
Well, no, but they talked real nice.
Okay, that's good. That's what.
A nice group,
Yeah.
real nice. I've been there before, but I took the church group this time.
Well, that's good.
Or went with them, I'll put it that way.
Well, that's good.
Preacher drove the bus.
All right.
Okay, I just wanted to see what you thought about all these announcers that tell things like how to open car doors and straight wire the ignition and open patio doors and all this stuff that the criminals know already, but we're making more.
Well, I didn't know about that.
Oh, you've never heard all that?
No.
Well, it doesn't come all at once, but it's, invariably.
Well, you never know when you need a straight wire car, I guess.
Well, yeah, but gee whiz, we're just educating everybody on all this stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, I appreciate your program being a clean one, but one reason is that I believe it's on Tuesday, and I've not had a chance to call, about the beer in the injection to give a high.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't believe that should have been on the air.
Well, it was on the wire service.
I know, but there's a lot of people that listen to your program that don't listen on the wire.
Yeah, but ain't nobody listening to this program that's going to put beer in their veins.
Oh, I don't know. You'd be surprised at the young people that listen in.
Yeah, I got you. All right, my love.
Well, I just thought, you screen your programs pretty good. This guy that I talked to, Denny, first, he said he likes to screen them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
I'm glad you called. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. 1-800-572-8255 is our number. Denny is a piece of work. Let's go to Lowndes County and talk to Aubrey on the radio. How you doing, Aubrey?
Well, hey again, Ludlow.
What do you say, big boy?
Only been a minute this time. You must be setting me up for the kill.
No, not me. Not me.
Oh, anyway, actually, I wanted to brag about Elton John today. I know you're not a rock or pop music fan, but he has been a phenomenon in the world of rock and pop music.
All right, I agree with that.
I mean, okay, he was the top act of the 70s, and I think he should get it for the 80s and 90s, but he didn't, but I think he ought to.
You're a big Elton John fan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like all that he did, but I like most of what he done. Okay, let me give you some records that he has made over the years. Well, in the world of rock music, he has the most consecutive years of charting the top 40 Billboard chart.
Mm-hmm.
He has charted since 1970 and has not missed a year since then. Has had at least one or more hits every year since 1970. Okay, he had the first 2 albums in history of any chart to debut at number 1 on the chart.
All right.
Captain Fantastic and Rock to the Westies both came out in 1975.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had the first, for a white rock and roll artist, he had the first song to debut, not debut, but he had the first song to go number 1 on the Billboard Pop chart and the Rhythm and Blues chart. I think that's correct. It's been a long time since I heard that, but I think that one's correct too.
You could have fooled me.
Okay, and also he just made another record now. He beat out Bing Crosby for the all-time biggest selling single with the song for Princess Diana.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. That's already beat out White Christmas. Where'd you read that?
I heard it on the news.
Okay. All right, listen, gotta go. But we're sending that all out there for all you Elton John fans who are listening. We'll be right back. You stay with us.
A classic city tradition for nearly 50 years. This is News Radio 960, the new WRFC Athens.
Denny just overcome with patriotism this morning. 1-800-572-8255, Newnan, Georgia, and Eddie on the radio. Good morning, Mr. Eddie.
Good morning, Ludlow.
How you doing, old friend?
You wouldn't believe it. I just went up by Scott's bookstore.
Uh-huh.
They talking about traffic control.
Well, good.
Miss Scott said Ludlow hadn't been here in 3 years or thereabout. And we're getting all kind of calls.
Well, I'm glad.
Folks are gathering up.
Good, that's good. Some of my favorite folks right down there. And I've been in and out of that bookstore for 15 years, I guess. What nice people.
I know it. We got a lot of nice folks here.
That's absolute truth.
You gonna eat spray berries?
You know, it depends on what time does to me this afternoon. I've got to right heavy afternoon, but you know if there's any way humanly possible, that's where I'm going to be, don't you?
Well, I'm going to be up there.
All right.
Going to be up there. Don't know if I can buy one of your books or not. I may have to take out a small loan.
Well, that's all right. We'll take a post-dated check on a non-existent bank.
All right, my friend.
Anything you can talk Miss Scott into, I'll go along with you while giving her a bad check here.
All right.
All right, my friend.
See you.
I'll see you this afternoon.
All right.
Bye-bye. 1-800-572-8255. Here she is, the Happy Cooker on the radio. Hello, Happy.
Good morning, Colonel Poet.
How are you doing?
I'm feeling very southern today.
Are you really? You're
Sure enough.
one of your southern modes.
Indeed, I've slipped right into it.
I love it.
And when I'm like this, I say things like, "Bring around the Lincoln, because I'll be driving it today."
Yeah, but ain't nobody to bring it, is there?
Heck no. That's the only problem with my plan.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to tell your listeners about the 85th annual Chrysanthemum Show today.
Today?
Today. I'm a little slow in my PR.
You
What can I
are
tell
you are a little bit. Yeah, tell us about that.
It is held in a pre-Civil War school building built in 1859. That's west of Cartersville. It's a beautiful Greek Revival school building, and the building is 163 years old, 4 years old. You figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
The Chrysanthemum Show, as I say, is 85 years old. It started in 1912, and it's most wonderful.
It is.
And you can give evidence of that.
It is most wonderful, and as I recall, we had some right good food the last time I was there.
Now our famous Brunswick stew and chicken salad, homemade desserts, delightful.
And it all goes to maintain this wonderful building.
It does indeed, and God knows it needs a lot of maintaining.
Oh, every one of them does, yeah.
It is, the hours today are 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. It is 8 miles west of Cartersville on Highway 113, and you will love it. If not for the chrysanthemums, certainly for the building or the food or all three.
Great fun. I endorse that heartily. Great fun.
Have you got time for a book review?
If it's a quick one.
I would love for you to read, if you haven't, Mama Makes Up Her Mind and Other Dangers of Southern Living.
Okay.
It's by Bailey White.
Oh, I'm a Bailey White fan.
It is marvelous.
Yeah.
Have a lovely weekend.
You do the same, my friend.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 1-800-572-8255, Cleveland, Tennessee, and Max on the radio. Hello, Max.
Hello there, Ludlow.
How you doing, old friend?
I need to tell you about an experience I had last night.
All right.
Of course, I have these every once in a while, and I look forward to them. People calling me up on the telephone, and this one last night was telling me that I'd won a sweepstake.
Oh, lucky you.
And I knew that he was eventually going to ask for what kind of credit card I had.
Mm-hmm.
So I sort of interrupted him there, and I says, Charles, wait a minute, Charles. What's your last name, Charles? And he told me. I says, you have a street address, Charles? He told me. And I says, what's your home telephone, Charles? And he says, what do you need that for? I says, I need that so I can call you at your most inconvenient time.
You got mine, I ought to have yours.
Yeah, you damn right. I thought I'd call you, but I look forward to having these people call me so I can tie up the telephone.
I hope you and Charles parted as friends. You take care of yourself.
Okay.
I'll talk to you, buddy. Right. Bye-bye. Thomasville, Georgia. David on the radio. Hello, David.
Hello, Mr. Porch. How are you?
I'm fine, old friend. How you doing?
I was almost mad at you, but through the grace of God, I'm not.
All right. Well, that's good. What did I say that upset you?
Well, you were coming to Thomasville, to Moultrie, I think, Friday night?
No, it's the 14th.
The 14th. It's still on a Friday night.
It is
right?
a Friday night, yes.
Well, this is Southwest Georgia, and I got a little boy that plays the Thomas County Central football team, and we all football on Friday night, but just so happens we're going to play Saturday night in Columbus.
Boy, lucky me.
Oh, lucky me. I'm going to get to bring my oldest son to see you.
Oh, good.
My question is, what time does it start?
It starts at 8 o'clock at the Withers Auditorium. You want a number to call and get your tickets?
I've already gotten them. My son works for a bank there, and they picked up, I think, 10 or 12 of them.
It's November 14th, 8 o'clock at the Withers Auditorium.
Okay. In special attire, can I wear cutoffs and flip-flops?
You can wear the cutoffs. Leave the flip-flops away. we don't want these we don't want you looking funny, and I'm going to be on that stage.
Outstanding. I'll be the guy that can't read and used to pick boll weevils.
You be sure and walk up and say hello.
I'll do it, sir.
All right, pal.
Bye.
Take care. 1-800-572-8255. All right, Cartersville, Georgia. And Clyde on the radio. Good morning, Clyde.
Good morning. You know, I like Denny's response to that Elton John thing when he played Dixie. I thought that was good.
Okay.
We were sitting last night up in the Lowndes eating supper, and this woman come in from Augusta and was telling about fried turkey, how you take the whole turkey and fry it in a fish cooker.
Yeah, deep fryer, yeah.
You ate any of that?
Yeah, I've had it a couple of times.
Well, she knew the recipe, but she knew about rubbing it in the Cajun spices and shooting it full of Italian dressing, not the low-fat, but just Italian dressing.
Mm-hmm.
But she said something about cooking it 5 minutes per pound, but she didn't say, how hot the grease was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wondered maybe somebody could tell me a little more about how hot the grease is supposed to be.
All right. We'll see if we can find out. That's one of those things that I enjoyed, but if I could never have turkey any other way, I'd rather have it the old-fashioned way out of the oven. But it's good. It's a great change. You'll enjoy it.
Well, we've always had juicy turkeys. Everybody's been able to cook turkey where it was juicy at the house, but we thought it'd be different to try it different one time anyway.
Yeah, you owe that to yourself. We'll see if we can find out. You just want to know how hot the grease ought to be.
Yeah, and that seems to be the trick in cooking. If you don't know what the temperature to cook it on is, it don't seem to turn out right.
Yeah, that's the reason I can't cook very well.
I cooked a turtle one time. The dog wouldn't even eat it.
Somebody will call in and tell us. We'll find out for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, buddy. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
I don't do much cooking, you know. Back during Thanksgiving, Ma Crabapple had the flu. She was in bed for about 2 weeks, and she always cooks turkey for Thanksgiving. Everybody was coming over to eat. And she said, "You're going to have to cook that turkey." I said, "Well, I don't know nothing about cooking a turkey." She said, "Well, just go to the supermarket and buy one." Said they got the directions right on the side of it. Said, "You can't miss. Just do what it says to do." So I cooked the turkey for Thanksgiving dinner. Everybody got over there to eat, and we sat down at the table, and I got that roasting pan out and took the top off of it, and that turkey was burnt to a crisp. It was about the size of a softball and looked like a piece of charcoal. She said, "How long you been cooking that turkey?" I said, "About 8 days." I said, "It said right on the side of it, cook it an hour per pound." I said, "I figure I weighed about 180.
Sheriff Milton Crabapple. McCaysville, Georgia, and Alma on the radio. Hi, Alma.
Good morning, Ludlow.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good today.
Good.
Couldn't get by the day without having to call in and tell you that I really enjoyed your show. I've tried to listen to it every day possible, and today's just a day for me to get through.
Well, good. I'm delighted.
I wanted to call you on my birthday so that let you know that the last couple of times that I tried to get through to you, I couldn't get through.
And today's your birthday?
Uh-huh.
Well, happy birthday. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. I hope you have a big one.
And I've got a bit of a problem, though.
What is it?
Well, what does everybody do on their birthday whenever they're by themselves? Kids at school, husband at work.
Well, they're going to be home tonight, aren't they?
Well, later on this evening.
And what you do is you just primp all day long.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, because they got some big plans for you, so you need to look pretty when they get there.
Well, he's supposed to be taking me out to eat.
You know he is. You know he is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, we hope it's the best one of your life.
Well, I sure do appreciate that, and we'll talk to you later.
I love it. Take care of yourself. Happy birthday, happy birthday. 1-800-572-8255 as we talk to Bozo Roberts. Hello, Bozo.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
What's going on?
I don't know it. How you doing?
That's what I've been meaning to tell you. The other day you were talking about stupid crooks and things dumb people do. And
yeah.
This happened locally. There was a man walked into a convenience store, and he had a $20 bill, and he laid it on the counter and told the clerk he wanted to get a pack of cigarettes, and the clerk brought the cigarettes and told him, $1.89, whatever it is, and he opened the drawer, and the man reached in the drawer and snatched out a handful of bills and ran off. He got 9 $1 bills. Left the 20 on the counter.
And as he went through the door, the guy ought to come back soon.
So the clerk made $9 on that robbery.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that.
He been probably arrested and go spend 11 years in jail
and
for leaving the clerk $9.
And he lost money on the deal.
Did he get a cigarette?
That's funny.
That happened not too far from where I am right now.
Really?
Idiot.
Very, very interesting. Bozo, come on by here and see us.
I'll do it.
All right, buddy. Take care. 1-800-572-8255 is our number. It is absolutely a marvelous day to be alive, and we'd like to have you right here on the phone with us. Visit Colonel Pooh's Barbecue in East Ellijay, Georgia, and see the world-famous Pig Hill of Fame. 1-800-572-8255, Ludlow and Denny on the radio live. Let's go to Knoxville, Tennessee, and talk to Mark on hold. Hello, Mark.
What's up, big boy?
How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. I got two quick stories of news with the weird.
All right.
These are actual true stories. In St. Petersburg, Florida, Baptist minister Dr. Henry Lyons, president of the National Baptist Convention, who had been accused of misspending church funds and falsifying documents, explained in August that while he told an interview committee which applying for a position of president that he was single when actually he had been married and divorced twice.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot those marriages, he said. He noted the marriages have been very brief.
This slipped his mind.
I got another one for you. Reports surfaced in July from San Francisco social service organizations that poor kids who participated in a summer lunch program were being served moldy green bologna and sandwiches for many of the kids, their main meal of the day. According to Dr. Johnson Oho, the health department's principal inspector, what he saw while investigating the complaints was not that bad, and anyway, moldy bologna will not cause food poisoning.
Well, I feel better about it now, don't you?
Yeah, it kind of makes you appreciate a good fried bologna sandwich with a tomato on it.
You take care of yourself, big boy. I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, it does make you appreciate it. Well, particularly if it's fresh. Let's go to Decatur, Georgia, and talk to our sandwich expert, John. Hello, John.
What do you say there, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How you doing this morning?
Doing good.
I want to, if the guy's still listening about the turkey, I got me a turkey fry, and I fried 2 turkeys and 2 chickens.
Mm-hmm.
And what you need to do is inject that, marinate it, and they give a needle with it to the injection.
Yeah.
Inject it with. And can I tell the name of it?
Yeah.
It's Chef Williams marinade.
All right.
And it's got an injection needle with it. And you inject that turkey. Read the instructions on the little package that comes, and inject that thing. The night before, I do mine the night before, let it sit in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
And you get your grease to 400 degrees and cook it for 3.5 minutes per pound. If you got, mine won't cook over a 12-pound turkey.
And it's 400 degrees.
400 degrees. Of course, it's going to drop back down when you put your turkey in there, but you try to keep it as near between 275 and 300 and 400 as you can.
All right.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. For 400 degrees. And it'll be around 375 or somewhere along there. It'll hover around 375.
You like them that way?
Oh, yeah. I've got some. I fried one Sunday.
Yeah, I like them that way, too. As I say, if that's the only way I could ever have them, I wouldn't, but it's a nice change.
Now, tell you something else you need to do. They recommend the peanut oil. Little, let me back up on that temperature. It's
right.
300 degrees.
300 degrees.
300 degrees.
Okay.
Instead of 400 degrees.
All right.
And it'll maintain about 275 to 290.
All right.
And you cook it 3.5 minutes per pound. And I use peanut oil. They recommend you use peanut oil on it.
Good. And it turns out like you like it.
Oh, yeah. It's juicy and it's kind of greasy a little bit, but you got that oil. That's where you like it.
Of course it's greasy. It's fried. It's
fried.
Well, I gotta get out of here, John. I'm running way late, buddy.
Okay.
Talk to you soon. Thanks a million.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
AirTran Airlines, gang, making air travel that's easy to afford and air travel that's also easy to like. Listen, great low fares to great destinations like one way to Mobile, Fort Walton Beach, or Savannah from Atlanta for only $49. Orlando or New Orleans for $59 one way. Chicago or Washington, D.C. for $69. You got the idea? And now every seat on the plane is assigned. You do this. You call these folks direct.
Some of my material that I've accumulated down through the years, and I thought this would be a good thing. It's kind of short, and I'd like to read it to you.
All right.
It's called The Drinking Husband. It says, if you absolutely cannot refrain from drinking, start a saloon in your own home. Be the only customer and you'll not have to buy a license. Give your wife $25 to buy a gallon of whiskey. There are 128 drinks in a gallon. Buy all your drinks from your wife at $1 a shot. And in 4 days, when the gallon is gone, your wife will have $103 to put in the bank and $25 to buy another gallon. If you live 10 years and buy all your booze from your wife and die with the shakes and the snakes in your boots, she'll have $127,300 in the bank. Now, this will be enough to bury you respectably, bring up your children, buy a house and lot, and marry a decent man and forget that you ever knew a drunk like you.
Well, that's a little mini sermon, isn't it?
I'll tell you. Got one other short one here.
All right.
This was on the wall of a store I went to.
Says, we cash personal checks up to a maximum of $20 if you have 6 pieces of ID and leave a $50 cash deposit until the check returns.
A cautious merchant.
Let me ask you one thing.
Sure.
What is the name of that real up-tempo tune you've been playing lately where the cymbals really ring there? What is the name of that?
Where the cymbals?
Yeah, you got that drummer boy's riding that hi-hat cymbal there at the end. You sign off with it every day.
Oh, you're talking about the Lucille, the guitar thing?
Well, I don't remember a guitar, but it's a real jumpy up-tempo piece there.
You talking about this one?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Denny, what is that?
Production music.
It's straight production music. That's
it sure is.
Available only here. It's probably available only here.
Probably so. Well, I don't know if you remember me calling you before or not, but I called you a couple of months ago, first time.
Yeah.
And I'm a collector of big band and Dixieland jazz music. I probably, on LP records and tapes, got right now probably close to 47,000 collections. And I can create you a tape on just about any band leader, and
sounds like fun.
Oh, I tell you, it's great because this is some great music. I like music that lifts up your spirit.
Oh, me too. Makes you toe tapping. Listen, I got to get out of here. I'm running way behind it, but I thank you, Knoxville, Tennessee, and Ed on the radio. Hello, Ed.
Hello, Ron.
How you doing, buddy?
Well, I'm on probation. Just every Friday for a while. I'll be on the ball.
Well, we're glad you're here.
I want to find out from you, Ken, to hold a pageant up at Sneedville, Tennessee, of the Melungeons. Are you familiar with the Melungeons?
No.
Well, they're a race of people in East Tennessee that's a mystery about.
Mm-hmm.
They think Portuguese sailors shipwrecked on the coast of North Carolina and come in and intermarried with the Indian.
And you have a festival on that?
They have a pageant up there in Sneedville every year.
I'd love to see some literature on that.
Well, it's very interesting. I grew up in Barry Bledsoe Cantor, my home. I grew up with some of the Melungeons.
Yeah.
And they were all good musicians. And the old man who played the fiddle, we had to keep him off the booze. So we didn't keep him off this night. And when we played for the squad, the fiddle went squeak, squeak.
Yeah. Listen, if there's some literature on that, drop that in the mail to me. I'd love to know a little bit more about that. I had never heard of that, and that sounds very, very interesting. Drop me something in the mail, Ed. You have the address because you mail me something almost all the time. Our number 1-800-572-8255, Ludlow and Denny, and you are listening, by golly, to the Fun Seekers Radio Network.
This is News Radio 960, the new WRFC.
This is the Ludlow Porch Show on the Fun Seekers Radio Network, broadcasting from the Falcon Inn and Conference Center in Swanee, Georgia. Ludlow Show brought to you in part by Colonel Poole's Barbecue and the world-famous Pig Hill of Fame, by Air Tran Airlines, It's Something Else, by Taylor Construction Company, Call them and never paint again, and by the Blue Willow Inn, gracious hospitality and superb southern food. The toll-free lines are now open at 1-800-572-TALK. And now, here's Ludlow Porch.
Well, good morning, Fun Seekers. Glad you are with us on this Friday. We're doing what we do every Friday. Kind of catch up day. Right back to the phones. Got some folks been on hold a long time, like George in Marietta. Hello, George.
Heavens to Murgatroyd. It's my turn.
How you doing?
Oh, hey, not too bad.
Good.
Good. A little dribbly here today, but
It is that.
I was just setting.
The weather's not very nice either, is it?
I just started your new book here. You're setting on boomery.
Oh, good.
It's interesting. I just started reading it today.
Well, good.
I didn't do much today. Wait for the grandbabies to come over tonight.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I got a motto of the month. Today's November 7th, and I got a motto here for that month.
All right.
This month. If there's ice in November that will bear a duck, there'll be nothing after but sludge and muck. I got some words of wisdom for the month.
All right.
Here they are. Riches takes wings, comforts vanish, hope withers away, but love stays with us. Love is God.
All right, very nice.
Thank you, Ludlow.
Very nice. Take care of yourself.
Have a nice weekend.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you. Winchester, Georgia, and my buddy, the Bumpkin. Hello, old friend.
Hey, old Uncle Mr. Luddy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, bud. You all right?
Look here, you going to be in Moultrie next Friday night?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's about 20 miles away. I'm going to try to see you.
Listen, I'd tickle me nearly about this. We've been talking a long time. I want to shake your hand.
All right, that'll be a thing. I want to ask you a question.
All right.
The preacher the man was talking about a while ago forgot to be married. I wonder if he might be kin to our president. You know, and one more thing on frying the turkey. I'm an old connoisseur now.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff, so the way I do it, and it turns out mighty good, I cook 3.5 minutes at 375 degrees.
375?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I start off at 375 with a candid thermometer. Steal your wife's candid thermometer. And get that thing at 375 and drop that turkey in there.
And you do it for how much now? How long?
3.5 minutes per pan.
Okay.
At 375. Of course, your temperature is going to drop way down when you first put it in there.
All right.
Just try to maintain. Don't get over 375 if you can help it. You have to be in control. And to get rid of some of that grease, I got a drip pan. I got 3 or 4 drip pans. I cook a lot some at Thanksgiving for my neighbors and around about.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying another man right or wrong. You know, everybody got their own way.
Sure.
But when I pull them out those pots, I let them hang over a drip pan for about 30 minutes. And you get rid of lots of that grease.
All right.
And I use their marinade. But do you like lemon pepper, Mr. Lewis?
Yeah.
Put a little lemon pepper, rub a little lemon pepper in that turkey the night before, too, and a little next morning. And that's good to me.
All right.
And try to see you in Moultrie, young man. Love the show.
I will see you on the 14th. Take care of yourself.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye. And the number again down there to call him and make sure you got tickets reserved. 912-985-6540. 912-985-6540. Going to be a good night, won't you there? 1-800-572-8255. We're going to have more conversation after I tell you about the Blue Willow Inn. I don't think they ever serve turkey fried down there, but they just might. You can't tell. But tell me what to do to chicken. They fix chicken, so when you walk up and look at it, you know it's good. You don't have to taste it. It's got that golden brown color, and then you start looking at the vegetables and the country fried steak and the ham and all of the wonderfulness you're always going to find there. Attention to detail. That's what's made them famous, and that's what makes the food taste so good, and that's what makes the service just wonderful. The Blue Willow Inn, Southern cooking the way it's supposed to be. You go in there, it's in Social Circle, Georgia, and you tell them Ludlow sent you. I want to talk to you about my buddies at Taylor Here he is, in color, the inspector.
Good morning, monsieur.
Good morning, old friend. How are you?
Living color. Out of the mist and into your face.
Into your heart.
I say.
You just have a tough time with it.
I know. I have to make a note of that. It's out of the foggies into the heart. Okay. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. I am taking a day off from my prestigious investigative firm of Sauté and Brown.
Yes.
Yes, I have been, as you know, in the undercovers operation for a long time.
You must be exhausted.
I tell you what, it just wore me slap out, I guess you might say.
That's an old French saying.
Yes, it is. Yes, that comes from my great-uncle Archimedes, monsieur.
I loved Archimedes.
I tell you what, after he designed and developed that screw, he just said, it just slapped me right out. But anyway.
I think he was the first one to say a penny saved is a penny earned. Wasn't he
the penny saved is the penny earned. Yes, he may be. I don't know. have to check into that.
He was a great American. For a Frenchman, he was a great
Yes,
American.
he was the great first Frenchy American.
Yes.
Monsieur. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you, Monsieur, I told you a week or two ago I was going under the covers for the operation.
Yes.
And I would report back to you my results. And, Monsieur, it is astounding what I have uncovered.
What?
Well, I tell you what, this is going to be a real shock, so please strap yourself in.
I'm sitting down. I'm sitting
Hold
down.
on tight, okay?
Yes.
And I suggest that all your listeners do the same thing. If they're standing, they should sit as, and so forth and so on.
And yeah.
Yeah. Monsieur, have you ever noticed that you never see Ringo Starr of the Beatles and the PLO leader Yasser Arafat in the same rim?
You know, I think that's true.
They are one and the same, Monsieur.
Are you kidding me?
One and the same, yes. Now, that is shocking enough in itself.
It is shocking.
But here is the real stunner, Monsieur. Did you know, and I have checked this out thoroughly, and I have all the data to support my conclusion, Radio Ray and London Lily are one and the same? Did you know that?
No, I didn't, but
have you ever seen Radio Ray and London Lily in the same room?
I don't think so.
There you go.
I don't think so. You leave no stone unturned.
Yes, sir. I tell you, I turn over every stone is, and sometimes I have turned over more than stones.
I'm going to, if with your permission, when Radio Ray calls,
yes,
I'm going to confront him with it.
I think you should.
Yes.
I think we should just get this out, air it out on the air.
Yes.
Yes, and
make him talk.
But I am also working on Bozo Roberts. I have a feeling that Bozo Roberts is also someone else, but I'm not ready to report yet because I want to make sure I have all my duckers in the rows.
That's right. Let us know.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to report that, Monsieur, and I do see that the mailman is coming up the sidewalk right now, so I'm going to have to go, but I would like to leave you with a saying from my uncle, my great-uncle Hébert Vespa.
Yeah.
He was a mean motor scooter, Monsieur. And he told me the other day, I was complaining about the stock market's ups and downs, and one day I lose the money, and the next day I made a little bit of money. And he says, my great nephew, Jacques, he says, just remember this: it is easy to grin when your ship comes in, and you've got the stock market beat. But the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his shorts are too tight in the seat.
Words to live by.
Yes, sir. Monsieur, you have a good weekend.
I just want you to know how touched I am by that.
I hope so.
I'll talk to you.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Take care. All right. Hey, visit Colonel Poole's Barbecue in East LJ, Georgia, and see the world-famous Pig Hill. Right there at 3, come after me.
We'll do that.
Lovely city and lovely people.
Yes, it is. But, you know, just bursting at the seams down here, just growing, just like all the old metropolitan area.
Yeah.
Letty, do you remember back in the 1940s when the 40 Ford Coupe was still a popular car?
Yeah. Of course, it was popular right through the 50s.
I believe it was.
Yeah.
You know, about 1944, I was about 8 years old, and something got my attention that I have remembered all these years. The road that came by my dad's place there was a dirt road, and when it rained, it would cut down to the axle. And when it was dry, it was hard as a brick.
Yeah.
And this particular day, this 40 Ford Coupe was coming down that road, and it was going as fast as it could go, and it got everybody's attention. And the closer it got, we knew that there was something unusual. That thing was sitting right down on the ground.
That wasn't unusual in the 40s.
Well, there was a curve, a blind curve, right in front of our house, and we knew when that thing was straddling those ruts, when it got to that curve, it was probably not going to make it.
Long gone.
Well, it got to the curve, and it hit the rut, and believe me, you could hear glass breaking. And I tell you, it fermented the air to where you just about got drunk by breathing.
Needed a chaser to breathe.
And the dust was such behind that thing that after the dust settled, here came the sheriff behind him. And when he got there, the guy was already out of the car and gone.
About to leave, yes.
He was gone. He had taken off. And so they had to go out and hunt him down. But that just kind of struck in my mind. I remember that 40 Ford Coupe was the first car I guess I remember as being a really popular car. I guess it was a fast car. I guess both bootleggers, use that car to outrun the law enforcement people.
Yeah, that was the whole idea, get it as fast as it would go and then soup it up some more.
Yes, indeed.
All right, my friend, listen, I got to run, but I'll see you at Scott's Bookstore.
Enjoy. Looking forward to meeting you.
Okay, buddy, you take care of yourself.
Right.
Talk to you then.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. 1-800-572-8255. More conversation right after this. Let's go to Newton, North Carolina, and talk to Hambone. Hambone, where you been?
Hey, Ludlow, how in the world are you doing?
I'm doing good, old friend. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing a little less than wonderful, but Ludlow, I'm working on the difference.
I love it.
Yeah, I wanted to let you know about old boy up here in Valdez. Newton's got about 11,000 people, and I guess Valdez is about 12 miles away, sort of northwest, and got about half as many people. Anyway, the police, sheriff up there stopped this old boy in a big old bus, like you'd ride out on the road, and he had dialed 911 before they stopped him, and the guy said, well, what's wrong, man? And he said, well, the thing won't run right. It just, it's not running right. Well, he didn't know what he was doing driving the thing. They ran the plates on the thing, come find out that the boy had stolen the bus. So he dialed 911. About America's dumbest criminals. Now, he had dialed 911 after stealing the bus and couldn't get it to run the way he wanted to. So, what are you going to say about that?
That's so funny. He wants to see his tax dollars at work.
Well, and it's the truth, too. I can't believe the guy was so dumb that
That's
he did
a great story.
What can I tell you? Ludlow, we enjoy it. We'll talk at you soon.
I hope so, buddy.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
1-800-572-8255, Clarksville, Georgia, and my friend Roger. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning to you, sir.
How you doing?
Before I start, what was that car? What was that car that they mentioned?
The 1940 Ford.
Oh, the Ford. Oh, okay. Well, I remember that for sure.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, Denny said that you didn't observe Guy Fawkes Day yesterday.
No, it just slipped right by us.
Yeah, well, these things will happen. Anyway, you're familiar with it. You're familiar with the story.
Not entirely, but why don't you retell this wonderful audience?
After Queen Elizabeth I died, James I of Scotland became James I of what he called Great Britain. And he returned to the Catholic religion. And this guy, Guy Fawkes, put a lot of gunpowder under the throne room. And he was going to blow the king up, but he got caught.
And they referred to, what is that? Is the great... The gunpowder...
Yes, the gunpowder plot.
The gunpowder plot, yeah.
Anyway, this is observed in England. So if you ever go there on November the 6th, be prepared to take part of the festivities.
Oh, I would like to. I will put up a tree and everything. You know me.
Wonderful. Just another quick one. You remember what he said about... Anyway, a long time ago, they said that Kay Francis and Tony Curtis were one and the same. And it was never disproved.
Well, not to this day. I'm glad you called.
Thank you, sir.
You take care of yourself.
Bye-bye.
Let's go to Conyers, Georgia, and talk to Hey You on the radio. Hello, Hey You.
Well, that's actually my real name. My wife calls me Hey Stupid.
Didn't you used to have a job cooking on the Ponderosa? Was that?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
There's a lady called about during the week about tailgaters.
Yeah.
And you remember the conversation, I'm sure.
I do, yes.
And she seemed a bit like a real nice lady.
Uh-huh.
But now I have a solution for a problem.
All right.
There's two solutions. One of them I saw the other day on a bumper sticker. It said, I slam on brakes for no damn reason at all.
Boy, that's words to live by.
The other one is, this is what I do with those type people. I'd speed up for about 100 yards and back off for about another 100 yards.
And so they know you're nuts.
they know that I'm crazy,
yeah.
But I'm smarter than them because they're having to back off.
And they don't know when.
That's right. But that's the solution to the problem.
I will never know why people do that. I mean, obviously they get far, far too close to ever be able to stop should you have to stop.
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes they're so close they can barely see your stop lights on your car.
And they can see your bumper sticker, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'll slam on brakes for no damn reason at all.
Yeah, you hope that'll keep them honest, but what makes you think these folks can read?
You know, you got a point. You're right. They may have to feel the sign and finger read it.
You take care of yourself. Good to hear from you always.
Okay, have a good day.
Hang in there, buddy. AirTran Airlines, gang, it's something else. 1-800-572-8255. Weatherman says, the last word I heard, the weatherman was telling everybody that if we can make it till Sunday, we may get some sunshine. They're not expecting a great Saturday, but if you can just make it through. Speaking of Saturday, it's Saturday from 4 to 6. I'm going to be in a dry place. I'm going to be at the Dublin Book Center in beautiful Dublin, Georgia, signing my books. And if you're in that area, we would sure like to say hello. And this afternoon, just as quick as I can get there, I'm going to be at Scott's Bookstore in Newnan, Georgia, 3 to 4:30, and going to see a lot of old friends. I hadn't been there in 2 or 3 years, and we got to straighten that out and get down there and shake hands and hug a lot of folks. Our number here, 1-800-572-8255. It is Friday, our catch-up day, and that means you can talk about whatever moves you today. Jump in here and join us. Tarzan and his orchestra. 1-800-572-8255. Spartanburg, South Carolina, and Glen on the radio. Hello, Glen.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, pal. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Couple of gentlemen calls about the turkey.
Yeah.
Just one thing that, and I'm not much of a cooker. In fact, I don't cook anything inside the house.
Yeah.
But I cook outside, and you have to be sure and that they're not frozen turkeys. They have to, you have to buy them. Have to be frozen. And turkey breast is all I cook. I don't cook the whole turkey, and it has to be, not frozen.
Yeah.
And I've heard a little bit of difference in the temperature. Of course, like one gentleman said, everybody's got their own way of doing this, but I think this pretty much the standard was the 400 degrees. You got to get it up to 400 degrees because when you drop that turkey in there, it is gonna, temperature's gonna drop down. And 375 is what I cook mine on, but I cook mine. I started out cooking them 4 minutes, and they wasn't quite getting done. So I got it up to 6 minutes now.
Now you're talking about just for the breast?
Just for the breast, yes, sir.
Okay.
I usually get about an 8-pound breast, and at 6 minutes, that's pretty quick cooking for a turkey.
Yeah, it is.
And we got to where we do it, the neighbors all get together, and we could bring them over here to my house, and we just kind of have a little party and cook these turkeys.
All right.
And when you might be interested in this, my turkey cooker came from Canton, Georgia. My brother-in-law lives down in Canton. He makes them down there, and so I guess that's probably what makes that turkey taste so good.
Just perfect. Well, man, you have a great day. Good to hear from you.
Okay, and I'm going down to the Blue Willow Inn soon, and I'll let you know when I go.
Yeah, let me know.
Talk with you later.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Let's talk to Roy on the radio. Hello, Roy.
Good morning to you.
How you doing, old friend?
Long-time listener, second-time caller this week.
Glad to have you.
Ex-jarhead.
All right.
All I want to do was ask you one question. Are you going to be at the Blue Ribbon Grill Monday afternoon?
Yes.
Well, I usually work part-time, and I'm going to make arrangements to be there at 1600. I guess I can count that high.
Yeah, you can.
An ex-jarhead has a hard time.
I got faith in you.
You have a good one. That's all I want to know, lady.
Well, I'll see you Monday, buddy.
Thank you now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
1-800-572-8255. Here he is, the king of Dalllas. Choo-choo man.
Hello, Ludlow.
Hello, friend. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
May rain a while after a while. Who knows?
Well, we'll get through it.
Well, we'll make it.
Sure.
Yeah, Luddy, my first car was a 44 liquor car.
Well.
44 liquor
Did you
car.
use that for business or pleasure?
Well, I used it for pleasure, but I didn't know it was a liquor car till I bought it. It was a coupe, naturally.
Beautiful cars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wish I had it right now.
Yeah, that's the kind of car I had when I joined the Marine Corps. I sold that when I went to the Marine Corps.
But I found out after I bought it. And by the way, I
I like $15, having enough money saved up to buy that car. I wrote a check and it was bad. $15 short. Of course, they went ahead and run the check through and told me, said, you know, you owe us $15 more.
Oh, that's funny.
But I drove that car around a little while and then traded it for a 49 Ford. So
moving up in the world.
I had two good ones.
Yeah.
You know,
that 44 is about as pretty a car ever was, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was a pretty car. Now, funny thing happened to Ethan and Connor, the twins. Ethan won't take medicine. He'll just fight you like everything. And Connor will take his good. So Cindy fixed Ethan's medicine first. They had an ear infection. And Ethan wouldn't take his, of course. And she said, well, Connor will take your medicine. So she gave Connor Ethan's medicine, but, you know, first.
Yeah.
And it made Ethan so mad. He jumped on. He was going to whip Connor about it, and did run over there, but he made a mistake.
What's that?
He usually gets the best end of the deal, but Connor fought him back, and Cindy heard this commotion, and she went in there, and Connor had Ethan down the floor sitting on him, whipping up on him good.
Sibling rivalry.
And it's all about a medicine that Ethan didn't want to take to start with.
It wasn't important where he wanted to take it.
But it made him mad.
He knew it was his.
Yeah, it made him mad because Connor took his medicine.
That is funny. That is funny.
You have a good weekend.
All right, buddy. I'm going to you do the same.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye. 1-800-572-8255, Pacolet, South Carolina, and Jack's ready to talk. Hello, Jack.
What do you say, Ludlow?
How you doing, big boy?
I'm doing great.
Good.
I have got, I will just briefly mention this thing about the magistrate.
Yeah.
It's not the first time he has pulled something absolutely stupid.
Let's back up so everybody that just tuned in. This was a letter DUI suspect, I guess, go because the policeman didn't show up.
Yeah. Well, the policeman was late. He showed up.
Yeah, that's what I mean, late.
But he was a little late.
Yeah.
Now, this particular magistrate has been known for a long time doing really weird, unusual, stupid things. How they keep him in office, I'll never know.
In South Carolina, are they elected?
I think they're appointed.
Okay.
But
well, has he had any comments on this?
Oh Lord, yes.
What has the magistrate himself had to say?
Well, they're trying to get an investigation started, and of course, a lot of protest and people calling representatives and all this. They're trying to get something done about it, and I hope they do. I would love to see them get rid of him. But the main thing I called you for,
all right,
was the other day when you had the program on sandwiches.
Yeah.
I have got the weirdest, wildest sandwich I have ever seen or heard of in my life.
Well, that must be a Cracker Jack.
It is something very, very unusual. I've got a niece. When she was about, 5, 6 years old, the little rascal loved sardines. And I happened to be there at the house, you know, my sister and with her, and she wanted a can of sardines. Mama opened them. She got her a couple of pieces of white bread, which is the only thing my family will eat. And she carefully laid those sardines on a slice of that bread.
Now, how old was she?
She's about between 5 and 6.
Okay.
And she got the sardines on the bread. She went over to the refrigerator. and came out with a jar of strawberry preserves. And she completely covered the sardines with the strawberry preserves.
Great Scott.
And put the... I told you it's the wildest sandwich I ever heard of.
Yeah.
But she sat there and ate every bite of it. And I commented to my sister, she said, she does it all the time. She loves it. And I said, Lord.
Were you tempted to try it, Jack?
No, I have never been tempted to try it. I tell you what, though, I thought maybe someday when Denny's got a hangover, you might give him one of them.
I'd kill him. I'd kill him outright. Jack, I'm out of time, buddy. You take care of yourself.
Okay, you too, Ludlow.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
1-800-572-8255. We'll be right back.
I'm Dr. J.T. Cooper. You've heard me on Ludlow's show talking about weight loss and nutrition. If you have had problems losing unwanted pounds and want help from me in losing weight safely, you can reach me at 770-952-7681. I now have offices in Marietta, Griffin, Waycross, and Albany, Georgia. That number again for information is 770-952-7681.
Did you know that ValueJet is now called AirTran? Yes, sir. Great destination like always. Affordable fares on every seat. And just a wonderful airline. Going to places like Savannah, Jacksonville, Charlotte, and West Palm Beach. New name, new paint job, new management, and new thinking. You call your travel agent or 770-994-8258. It's something else. AirTran. You tell them Ludlow Porch told you to call.
You realize combines will soon start humming their way through your fields, but if a late summer farm problem sneaks up on you, call your local county extension agent. Your county agent will let you know about adjustments you need to make on your combines to help them perform at their best. So call your local county extension agent for help with late summer farm problems. He works with the University of Georgia's Extension Service, putting knowledge to work. I'm Joe Corson, University of Georgia Extension Service Radio for AM-960 WRFC.
The Athens Morning Update. News, weather, and sports.
Police were called to Clark Central High School yesterday afternoon after a fight broke out.
I'm meteorologist Kathy Francis with the official 3-day forecast.
The Dogs were 5-6 last year, the first under new head coach Jim Donnan.
An empty fuel tank may have been the cause of a July plane crash in Gainesville that killed 2 people.
Air travelers' safety may have been threatened after a reported fist fight in a New York City airport control tower.
The Athens Morning Update on News Radio 960, the new WRFC.
Hi, gang. This is Ludlow Porch, and if you're not listening to the Fun Seekers Network, just see what you're missing. Join me weekdays 10 to noon on News Radio 960, the new WRFC. All right. Birthday on Monday, 222nd. Let's go to Jackson, Mississippi, and talk to Buford on the radio. Hello, Buford.
Hey, Buford's here, man. Ludlow.
How you doing?
Y'all need to move closer. I miss Ludlow Porch. I call every once in a while, talk to Denny, and try to get out of withdrawal, you know.
All right, bless you, bless you.
I was listening to my Milton Crabapple gimme from several years back, and tears welled up my eyes this morning as I was listening to him berate our wonderful mayor over here, you know, in this wonderful megalopolis.
Are you living there now, Buford?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you need to call all the radio stations.
I do every chance I get. I do.
I believe you.
But what is going on the Fractal Friday, man?
Well, you know, just everything. Just, Friday's catch 'em up day, and that's what we're about doing.
And the Choo man and everybody's around today.
Choo just hung up 10 minutes ago.
Son of a gun! I'm always $1 short and a day late.
Absolutely.
Well, just remember that if your out goes more than your income, then your upkeep will be your down.
All right, buddy. Call us again.
I will.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
An old friend out of town on us. Taylor Construction Company, gang, you call them and never, ever, ever paint again. Let's go to Haskell, Tennessee, and talk to Jim. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Ludlow. How you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy.
That's good. Several months ago, I called your show, and some of your listeners was good enough to tell me where Mr. C lived, Perry Como.
Mm-hmm.
Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania. So we went up there on our vacation, and a couple weeks ago. It's a town of about 20,000, I'm guessing, and they have a street there named after Perry, Como Street.
Yeah.
I talked to a guy that runs a barbershop there on that street. Now, they didn't know where the barbershop was that he worked in, but he showed me the house, and I made a couple of pictures of it where he lived when he was growing up. And Bobby Vinton is also from that town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they have a street named after him, too. And, you know, the thing that they were most proud of about Perry, it wasn't that he, you know, had a great voice or anything, but it was the clean life that he's lived.
Well, he has that, hasn't he?
Yes, he's about 83, and he's never had a scandal, and they said, you know, he's been married to the same woman for 60-some years, so that's pretty good.
Has he moved back there? Is that where he...
No, this is where he was raised.
Yeah, I knew that's where
he lives in Jupiter, Florida now, I understand.
Yeah.
I talked to one guy there that his mother and Perry's mother came from the old country over here together. And they're quite proud of him up there. It's beautiful country.
Have every right to be. He's a credit to him.
Yes. I wonder if any of your listeners out there would happen to know how I could write him just to tell him, you know, about that. I guess he'd be pleased to know that, you know, somebody cared that much.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a fan club or something.
You know, I'm sure he does. Let's see what we can find out. I don't know. Let's see what we can find out, and I'll put it on the air if I find something out for you.
Well, I appreciate it.
All right, bud. You take care of yourself.
All right.
Take care. 1-800-572-8255 is our number. It is absolutely a great day to be alive. As we go to Lillian, Alabama, and talk to Mercedes. Hello. How you doing, young lady?
I'm doing fine. I'm about a week late, but I don't know, too, when you had the program on the school teachers, and I want to say that I only have the greatest respect because we were Latin kids, the first generation in Tampa from the cigar factory workers, and we didn't know a word in English. And my poor Miss Murphy from Virginia, we sang Carry Me Back to Old Virginia every day, and I thought it was a national anthem. And the poor little soul was the first year teaching.
That is so funny.
And she came with baskets of apple, pears, and she would say apple, and we said, manzana. And she said, no, that's at home. And when I think of her, if she's still alive, I don't guess she would be. I'm 81 now, and I was about first grade. And I don't know how they did it.
You know, isn't it funny how the teachers can touch us, and it lasts a lifetime?
And Mrs. Julia King and Miss A.B., who told me Miss Julia King and Miss A.B. were both, I believe, Jewish, and they gave us a book to write on. This was about the 6th grade, how to save money. And this little Tony Gallo, who was Italian. And by the way, anybody who wants to write Perry Como can write Jupiter, Florida, and he'll get it.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Just that simple?
Jupiter's not a big place. I was born in South Florida.
Okay.
But anyway, Miss King, Miss A.B. especially, was going to teach us how to save. And this little Tony said, Sister, we ain't got no money.
Don't have to worry about that. We don't have any dollars. You take care of yourself, and we are glad you called us. Great, great story. And teachers do touch us, and it does last a lifetime. I want you to do what we did here at the network, gang. I want you to switch your telephone service. Now, I know that's nothing new. You've heard that. I want you to deal with local people. And let me tell you what they'll do and what they promise. Long-distance calls for 10 cents a minute. 10 cents a minute, anytime, day or night, plus $2.95 per month service charge, and that's what it costs, and that's all it costs. So if you're looking for low-cost, long-distance service, I want you to try these folks. Try them for 90 days. If you're not completely satisfied, they'll switch you back to your previous service provider free. 1-888-3-TELSTAR. That's 1-888-3-TELSTAR. Tell them Ludlow told you to call. They're doing it again, yes, sir. Burt's Farm and their Appalachian Lights. You need to go see them. November the 20th through December the 30th. Over 500,000 brightly colored lights. A lot of animation. Just the way to start your Christmas season off. Burt's Farm in beautiful Dawsonville. Here's the way you get there. It's 4801 Highway 52, Dawsonville, Georgia. You be sure and take the children and let them see all of the beautiful lights and have a hayride at Burt's Farm.
Dr. Joy Brown.
Just amazing to me. Whenever a woman accuses a man of indecent sexual acts or rape or whatever, we blame the victim. We blame the woman. You shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have been drinking. You shouldn't have been wearing those kind of clothes. It's kind of like when Tyson bit the Holyfield's ear. We didn't say, look, Holyfield, you shouldn't have been in the ring with him. Anything after the word no is rape. Period.
Dr. Joy Brown. Weekdays 1 to 4 on News Radio 960, the new WRFC.
That's it.
I want a nice, quiet place to take a walk.
Not me. I want to play tennis and baseball with my kids.
I want a playground with a big jungle gym.
What do you want in your new community parks? SPLOST 4 calls for new parks in East Athens and in southeast Clark County. 2 public meetings are being held to learn about your likes and dislikes. Where should our 2 new parks be located? What facilities and equipment should be included? Share your ideas on Monday, November 10th at East Friendship Baptist Church or on Thursday, November 13th at Barnett Shoals Elementary School. Both meetings begin at 7 o'clock p.m. Be there. For more information, call the SPLOST Program Office at 613-3025.
Have my dad be home for dinner so that I could be even closer. What do you wish? I wish they wouldn't work so much, as we don't see them very much.
My parents, they do everything. They love me. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have a roof over my head.
Family. Isn't it about time?
Buy me an ice cream and kiss me to love me.
From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
For a down-home good time, join me, Ludlow Porch, weekdays 10 to noon on News Radio 960, the new WRFC. All right, let's go to Mickey on his car phone. Hello, Mickey.
Hello, Ludlow.
How are you, sir?
Doing fine, thank you. How about you?
Great.
We sure miss hearing you in Atlanta. We used to listen to you we live in Sharpsburg and listen to you at WSB for many years, and we sure miss you.
Bless your heart. Thank you.
I just wanted to tell you we were listening to you on the way between Statesboro, Georgia, and, of course, headed back home. We'd been to Brunswick to a funeral of our friend, and coming back, and we picked you up on the radio, and I heard some people talking about Pericomo.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I'd just share something that may be a little interest about Pericomo. I was a prisoner of war in Germany, and I would take some men over to a laundry for them to wash the clothes for the American prisoners.
Yeah.
And occasionally I'd have an opportunity to listen to a radio and pick up a little bit of news, and when I get back to the prisoner of war camp, I'd share whatever news I could pick up. Well, I came back one day and we were talking at the barracks and sharing with them that I'd heard that there was a new singer that was the rage of America. Because when we went into France in D-Day and all, of course, everyone was really, especially Bobby Soxers, screaming about Frank Sinatra.
Right.
So when I came back, I mentioned that this new singer they were talking about was Pericomo. Well, all of a sudden, one of the soldiers jumped up from the back of the barracks. He said, "Who did you say?" And I said, "Pericomo." He said, "I'm not believing that." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Well, that's my first cousin." And his name was Victor Russo. And, of course, he started sharing with us about how they grew up and first cousin, and he was a barber, and talk about him being a barber. And he said, "I just can't believe that he's really made it." He said, "But I'm just tickled to death to hear about it." But I just thought...
Well,
that with you.
That proves once and for all that it's a small world.
Yes, it is. It certainly is, isn't it?
How long were you a prisoner?
I was a prisoner almost a year.
All right. Listen, we got your day coming up next week, Veterans Day. We'll be doing a tribute to all the veterans out there.
Thank you so much.
You take care. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
All right, well, that is a small, small world. All right, we're going to have to get out of here in about a minute, but I do want to remind you of a couple of things. Leaving here straight away, going to Newnan. Going to be a Scott's bookstore there. Signing books 3 to 4:30, and I hope if you're in that area, you will come by, and I hope if you're not in that area, you will try to get there. Then on Saturday, 4 to 6, I'm going to be at the Dublin Book Center. Right there in beautiful Dublin, Georgia, with all my friends down there. We want to see a bunch of you, so make your plans now to come on out and let us fellowship one with another. Had a great week. I've had a lot of fun, and I mentioned just a second ago that we got Veterans Day coming up on Tuesday. We're going to put some special stuff together and have a big time. So we hope you will be with us all next week for just some more mirth and madness. Not trying to prove anything except the good old-fashioned art of conversation is still with us, and you don't have to scream and holler at each other to have fun. You have a great weekend, and whatever else you do today, you find somebody to be nice to.
Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
Sherman, forget it, he's rolling.
And it ain't over now. Because when the going gets tough, the toughs get going. Who's with me? Let's go! Come on!
Ludlow again. Just can't wait to hear Ludlow again. The life I love is here in Ludlow with my friends, and I can't wait to hear Ludlow again.
Serving the classic city and northeast Georgia, this is News Radio 960, the new WRFC Athens, a Southern Broadcasting Company's radio station.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark A. Lewine, and this is the Athens Noon Update on News Radio 960, the new WRFC. Currently, we have cloudy skies at 49 degrees on South Millage Avenue.
This is WRFC meteorologist Kathy Francis. The official 3-day forecast is coming up on the Athens Noon Update.
Stories we're following for you in the WRFC newsroom. President Clinton sees little hope that the crisis with Iraq will be resolved soon. Longtime Georgia Tech announcer Al Seraldo is dead at the age of 76. Plus,
we have more details for you on that deadly police chase that went through northeast Georgia and into South Carolina. This is WRFC's Beth Larson. That story coming up on the Athens Noon Update.
I'm David Johnston with sports. High school football tonight. Cedar Shoals on the road at Collins Hill. Athens Academy also entertains Jefferson, and it's Athens Christian at home against Augusta Christian. Also, the Georgia women's basketball plays its first exhibition tonight.
And on Wall Street at this hour, the Dow Jones Industrial's down 112 points. It's 12 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm John Belmont.
Today, with 4.7% unemployment, we see that America's trade policy creates...